Hey guys, WWE Survivor Series is tomorrow night, just to let y'all know. And like I promised, after my SmackDown review, I'm going to give another edition of the Lookback talk. But I'm going to talk about, of course, since tomorrow's Survivor Series, I'm going to give my personal favorite Survivor Series over the years that I enjoyed back in the day when I was a kid and currently right now. So let's get this discussion underway.
When you're standing next to me, yeah, I know you feel the power. It's a feeling that you get when you face the final hour. Everything you ever had, yeah, it's tasting kind of sour. It's all about me, it's all about the power. I said it's all about me, it's all about the power.
Alright. Once again, it's me, RKO2582, charismatic anime fanatic, along being an AJD fanboy, here to give my, once again, favorite WWE Survivor Series PPVs. Alright, I'm kicking off this with, of course, I'd be crazy not to kick off with this. Survivor Series 2001. Man, and, 2001 was pretty much a good year for wrestling, in my opinion overall. But this Survivor Series, I remember hands down. I remember the promos being hyped up to it as a kid. I remember that epic winner take all promo between the epic 5-on-5 WWF against the Alliance. Man, what a promo! I remember them saying the World Wrestling Federation will wipe the Alliance off the face of this earth. Man, that still sends chills down your spine when he says that. And I enjoyed this too. It was a good match. You had on the WWF side, you had The Rock, Big Show, Chris Jericho, Kane, and The Undertaker. And on the Alliance, you had Booker T, RVD, Shane McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Kurt Angle. And it was a good Survivor Series tag team match. It was great. And it came down to, of course, The Rock and Austin. And by the end, Angle screws Austin, and The Rock wins it for the WWF, and it was epic. And I enjoyed that very much. And they had the perfect theme song too. Control. It's a good song, man. Everything about that was just a good night for me. All right, next was WWE Survivor Series 2002. Who does not remember this pay-per-view? It was good. It was the debut of the Elimination Chamber match. You had that triple threat tag team title match. That was good. That was a good match. And of course, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner made his debut. And who doesn't remember him saying, "Give me the fucking mic"? It was hilarious. And oh my god. And of course, like I said, the Elimination Chamber match made its debut. You had Booker T, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Chris Jericho, Kane, and Rob Van Dam. And it was a good match. And it went down to, of course, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Just when you thought Triple H was going to retain his title, Shawn Michaels gets a sweet chin music out of nowhere. And I marked out, and confetti was coming down. And, of course, JR gets sells this like a pro saying, like, "Do you believe in miracles? Shawn Michaels is the World Heavyweight Champion." And it was amazing. And Michaels he was like, thanking all of you people and thanking, of course, God. That was a shining moment for Michaels, man. That was great. And that was just him coming back, too, after his, back in that sideline him for 4 to 5 years. It was amazing. What a comeback. Michaels, in my opinion, had the headline for 2002, man. Alright, next, of course, is Survivor Series 2003, which I own, by the way, on DVD. And this was another memorable one, too. You had, I'm shocked that almost all the heels won most of the matches. You had Molly Holly beat Lita for the women's side. You had the Bastards beat the Guerreros for the tag team titles. You had, I thought Undertaker beat the shit out of McMahon, which he did. And then it comes Kane, winning it for Mr. McMahon. I was just blown away. And then, of course, Kane beat Shane. I know early in the night, that ambulance match. It was just insane. And then, oh, and of course, Team Angle and Team Lesnar that kicked off the show. And then, of course, that's what got Cena over. And I liked it, too. And this is around the time when I was starting to like Cena, too. I was getting behind him. And then And then of course this another traditional Survivor Series tag team match was of course Team Austin against Team Bischoff, and you knew what the stipulation was: if Bischoff's team won, then Austin could no longer be co-GM, and if Austin's team won, Austin would be the old rattlesnake we all know and love. But I mean, and I enjoyed this match, and of course it got towards the. It looked like Shawn Michaels was done for because Bischoff's team was eliminating people left and right. Michaels down to 3 people, and Michaels, of course, that shot of hope, he was kicking everybody's ass, and it was down to him and Randy Orton. And then just when I thought Michaels was going to win it for the team, and then damn Batista coming in, Batista powerbomb. I was just screaming out no when the count was made. When the third count, it sunk in that Austin career or his time as co-GM and pretty much his career overall was over. And I remember that heartfelt, promo Austin gave after the match was over, and pretty much showing us the way he knows how to love us, the Austin 316 way, saying, "I just love this shit out of you guys. I'm marked out." And then here comes the coach, yep, Jonathan Coachman spoiling my party, and then of course Austin whooped everybody's ass anyway, just like he promised. He said, "Win or lose, I'm gonna beat somebody's ass," and he did just that. And it was just it was a sad moment in my life because I'm a huge Austin fan, and like I said, he's my greatest of all time, and he still is, and just sad. All right, next Survivor Series that I enjoyed as a kid is of course Survivor Series 2005. Rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. I wish you were in this event. And yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the Booker T Chris Benoit match, the man who should not be named. I know for the U.S. title and the kickoff of their Best of 7 series, and I enjoyed the Angle versus Cena match for the WWE Championship, and I hated Jafari's annoying theme. Oh, I hate that theme so much. And this was around the time when Cena was starting to get those backlash chances, starting to boo Cena. And yeah, and at the time, my dad actually kind of wanted Angle to win. He said he was nothing against Cena. He just likes Angle and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted Cena to win, of course, because this is his first reign. He had a good reign. He had to solve his reign, and of course that last man standing match between Triple H and the Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair. And it was brutal. It was so brutal. And then by the end, of course, sadly, Triple H won, and Triple H was so vicious after the match when he was like, when Flair was down, he was like he said in the promo, "I pulled the horse behind the barn and I pulled the trigger." It was cold. That was cold right there, man. Triple H at his evil. Baddest man. And yeah, and of course, the main event was Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. I like the build up and everything. It was amazing. And then of course, Randy Orton being the sole survivor for the 3rd year in a row at the time. I know. And then of course, when Undertaker came back and pretty much scared Orton shitless, it was epic. And it truly was the beginning of the end for Randy Orton, leading into Armageddon. Alright, the next Survivor Series was, of course, Survivor Series 2006. Say what you will, some people liked this, some people didn't. What my highlights were for that evening was, of course, Team DX against Team Red Arcade. Team DX dominated. It's like not one person on that team got eliminated. And CM Punk got a good pop from the Philadelphia crowd, of course, since it's RH and ECW pro crowd. And then, of course, I enjoyed Mickey and Lita, which sadly Lita's final match, and of course Mickey won, which was the right thing to do. And like when I look at this now with the Lita send off, it's kind of bad the way they let her send off because we were still giving her a hard time with the whole Edge Matt Hardy Lita love triumph thing, myself included, because I was still hating on her for being cheating mad and all that junk. And yeah, and even though I did like what Crime Time did, but at the same time it was kind of mean too when you look at it now. But at the time I thought it was kind of funny. And then I don't never know why they don't never win tag team titles. I never knew why. And they were starting to get over too as a team. I mean, I was marking out when they debuted and stuff, and and of course another Survivor Series tag team match was the Legends versus the Spirit Squad. Yeah, that was okay. And then of course Captain John Cena's team against Team Big Show and stuff. And I think Cena and Bobby Lashley were the last two sole survivors against that team. So yeah, I was very cool with that. And around the time, King Booker and Batista and and they won and Batista won the World Heavyweight Championship, which I was happy at the time back when I was still a Batista fan. Alright, my next Survivor Series that I totally enjoyed was Survivor Series 2009. Alright, Survivor Series 2009 was the match that stood out to me the most was, of course, Team Boom 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 Kofi Kingston and Team Orton. Team Kofi Kingston, you had Kofi Kingston, MVP, Mark Henry, R-Truth, and Christian. Team Kofi Kingston, 4 of us is black and 1 of us is white. What's up? Oh my God, Christian had me on the floor with that. I'm dead serious. And then on Team Orton, you had Orton, Legacy, meaning Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase, Regal, and CM Punk. And this was a good match, and I enjoyed when it got towards the end between Kofi, Punk, and Orton. And around that 10-second mark, Kofi eliminated those two jokers in no time at all, and Kofi got a huge pop for that. And it was amazing, too, and this was when it was around the time, Kofi was starting to get over, and I was hoping I thought he was going to go to the main event push, but you know what happened going into 2010, which I won't go into, because I don't want to rant on it. And those were all my favorite WWE Survivor Series pay-per-views. But before I close this out, a little known fact of me watching Survivor Series 2010 last year. In my opinion, that was one of my least favorite Survivor Series ever, and I know everyone will agree on me on that because I thought, like everyone else during the Orton Barrett match, we were expecting something shocking to happen with Cena because you pretty much forgot that the WWE title was on the line because everyone was worried about what was Cena's decision going to make. Whether he was going to screw Orton or was he going to call around down the middle. But unfortunately, he called it right down the middle. And you could say that ending was pretty much anticlimactic. And I'll agree. It was. And then, and it was funny that they were supposed to get rid of this pay-per-view overall, but thank goodness the power of the fans, they decided to keep it. So I'm hoping Survivor Series tomorrow night will hopefully reignite the pay-per-view itself and make it good again, because it's the second longest running pay-per-view out of the Big Four. And it's 25th anniversary, so they have to do something shot. And of course, being in Madison Square Garden, they really gonna have to up their game, of course. Alright, that was my look back edition on my personal favorite WWE Survivor Series pay-per-views over the years. And this is your boy once again, RKO2582, signing off. Survivor Series tomorrow. I can't wait. Peace.